My name's Tony Martino, and I work full-time in the music/entertainment industry. What this means is that I make the majority of my money by either performing music live, working on music in the studio, and I also work at one of the biggest venues in the country, doing production management, handling lighting, stage management, all of that. So the main way I make money is through the entertainment industry. And currently we're at a standstill. As of August 1st, our PUA benefits were halted. And then we were just able to get some extra money through the president's executive order. But as we're seeing now, that's already expiring. There are currently 13.6 million people that are still unemployed in this country. And an estimated 12 million of those work in the entertainment/music industry. And of those 12 million, it's estimated that 10 million are fully out of work, while the other 2 million are working at maybe 10 to 15% capacity. Which, if you think about it, think about the job that you're working, even if you're an essential worker, and then chop your income down to only 10% of that. So if you're making $50,000 a year, think about only making $5,000. Now, would you be able to live off that? No, the answer is no, nobody would. Now, what people need to realize is that the entertainment industry isn't just musicians, it isn't just performers. A lot of people are employed through the music industry that aren't even performing. On the big scale, take a band like Motley Crue, they're making $4 million a night. You might think, man, they're cashing in. But what you're not factoring in is that they are employing per night, big bands on that scale, between 100 and 200 people. And just to give an example, you have your artist management team, which that's a full team, so you need an office for that. Now, this is on the road. This isn't just remote from LA or New York. The booking agency, the promoter, the tour manager, the guitar tech, your bass tech, you have your drum tech, you have your lighting people, your production people, the stage manager, all the assistants that are running around. I could just keep going. The bus companies that are driving all these people around. You have the drivers that are employed, the companies that are renting the semi-trucks, you have the companies that are renting all the staging, you have the companies that are renting out those big cool video walls that you see at all these massive shows. The bands don't own those. So a band at that level, that size, could be grossing 300 to 400 million a year. Now, it's estimated that the entertainment industry brings in between 300 and 800 billion dollars a year. And by some estimates, it's closer to $1 trillion. And of that 500 billion to $1 trillion, you have 12 million people that are currently out of work. Now, I've been able to work my ass off to get to the point to where I can make a good living doing what I love to do. From my first paid gig in the music industry, it's been 20 years. And that was my taste. And I've spent the last 20 years working my ass off, honing my craft, doing everything that I could to get myself to a point to where I could do this professionally. I'm doing good. And actually this year, I was going to almost double what I made last year. So it really sucks how my industry completely shut down. Now, don't be confused. I know a lot of people are doing drive-in shows, and a lot of them are going very well, and that's great. But in no way does that make up for the losses that are happening within our industry. And it's not just the players. You have music venues that are solely music venues. So you have House of Blues. I'm just gonna name some off in Chicago, some of my favorites. The Metro in Chicago. These are places that are not like sports bars. These places are open only when there's live music. So you have the security staff that's there, the production people, you have the bartenders. You have all these people that depend on the music industry being open, and it's not. Now, the biggest key here is that our industry is closed due to no fault of our own, meaning that my businesses didn't fail because of my own doing. My businesses were actually succeeding. My businesses were getting better. The venue I work at, things were going well there. I was personally getting more gigs as a musician. This summer, I was going to be playing 4 to 5 nights a week. I also have bands that I manage and I help book. So those bands were going to be out too. So that's less income for me. So Congress is sitting on this bill while there are 13.6 million Americans that are still out of work. And going back to the whole we'll just get a job answer, I want you to put yourself in a position here mentally. Say you spend the majority of your life putting yourself in a position to where you can do what you love to do. I have friends that own sound companies that have been doing that for 20, 30 years. That is their main income. They employ people by doing that. I want you to put yourself in that position and then pretend that I take everything away from you and say, well, just go get another job. It doesn't work like that for us, which is what everyone told us when we were kids. Find something you love to do and you'll never work a day in your life. Well, that's where we are. But ask yourself, is that fair? There's venues and there's bars that are closing. Venues, bars, restaurants that are closing all over the nation. I want you to go tell a bar owner, spent their entire life building a business that has been successful, and tell them, stop crying about it, just go get a job. It doesn't make any sense, and it's not fair. Again, if I was failing due to my own doing, this wouldn't even be a conversation. But we got the rug pulled out from underneath us, and I understand why. I understand that coronavirus is a very serious thing. It is not a hoax. It's very real. And just take a second to think about how how important music is. So what I'm asking from you is to please go to musicorloseit.org, right there, nice and pretty, and please sign the petition. It takes 10 seconds for you to sign this. And then once you sign it, take the link, text it to all your friends, especially if you work in the entertainment industry. We had a lot of people that were changing their profile pictures to the red, they were copying and pasting posts, and that's all great. But after that day happened, nobody gave a shit. Just changing your profile picture or copying and pasting an article or sharing a post is not going to help anything. All I need you to do is sign this petition. I'm gonna be reaching out to our elected officials. I'm gonna be hammering on them. But it's very hard if I can't prove the support for the cause that I'm talking about. The ideal goal here is to get to at least 15,000 signatures, which I think is reasonable, seeing that there's 12 million of us that are all in the same boat. So if we can get even a fraction of our people to sign this, it makes it easier for me to approach the elected officials. So please help save the music industry and all 12 million of us. Because all we're asking for is just a little bit of help until things get back going. Because as of right now, we are going to be the last ones that are going to reopen at full capacity. We were the first to shut down, and we're going to be the last ones to open. Think about it this way. Think about taking music just away from your life. Think about being at the grocery store or the bank or the doctor's office or anywhere, and imagine there's no music playing. Think about driving in your car and not having the option to listen to something. Think about watching your favorite TV show or putting on your favorite movie. Now think of that show or movie without any sort of musical score. Like, really think about these things and you'll find out just how important music is. So that being said, please head over to musicorloseit.org, sign the petition, share it everywhere, text it to your friends, share it on your social media, do a video post about it, put it in your Instagram story, put it in your Facebook story, Snapchat it, whatever the hell, all of it, take care of it all. So please help us, because I guarantee that if your industry was hurting, we would be the first ones to help you guys. Thank you so much. Peace.